Sean Zittel. I'm putting your name in this title, brother, because you deserve major props for what you did to Dana White and Turkey Al-Sheikh yesterday, bro. And if you don't never get another press pass, if they don't never let you ask questions, if you start getting blocked from interviews, it's going to be because of the moment that you created last night. Sean Zittel, for me, was the highlight of the Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez press conference. You got megastar Canelo there. You got pound for pound #1 Bud Crawford there. You got power broker Turkey Al-Sheikh there. You got Richard Schaefer there. You got Max Kellerman there. You got motherfucking Terrence Crawford, Bo Mack. You got everybody there, big names. Sean Zittel stole the show. And we're going to explain why in this video. Smash the like. Subscribe to the channel, share the video. I'm live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night at 7:30. I'm also live Sunday morning with the singing OG KQKC Boxing Network. Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Join the channel as a member. Drop super chats when you come by the live streams, videos that we do. And hit me up if you want to debate. The email address is knockoutboxing86. Oh, there we go. This damn thing is tripping, boy. Lucky I ain't weak. There we go. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, so Sean Zittel, bro. Sean Zittel had the question of the entire press conference directly to Dana White. And I'm paraphrasing here. Y'all go check it out for yourselves. I'm paraphrasing here, right? I'm paraphrasing, so y'all bear with me. But this is what he said, bro. He said, in a nutshell, Dana, two things he asked him. Why are you trying to use a business model for boxing that made you have to pay out a $300 million lawsuit in the UFC? Basically saying, why are you taking your UFC model where you underpay the fighters, you don't give them any pay-per-view money, you don't give them any part of the revenue, you basically pay them a flat fee and you keep all of the revenue from the event, all of the network deal money, that's your money, and you don't give them any insight into what's going on. You have your own little anti-doping shit. You make up your own ranking system, so essentially you can do whatever the hell you want with your rankings, no matter what. Why are you taking that model that made you pay 300 million people, repealing the Ali Act to make it happen? Why are you doing that, knowing that it made you pay that big of a lawsuit? Dana White refused to answer the question. He refused to answer the question. And then he asked him if he had another question. Sean Zittel, standing on fucking business, right? I'm gonna put this right here. Sean Zittel, standing on business, said, yeah, my next question. My next question. If you're unable to repeal the Muhammad Ali Act, are you gonna get out of boxing? Dana White again refused to answer the question. Says, you just wanna be arrogant. You just wanna grandstand and make yourself look good. Set up an interview with me and we can discuss this. Dodging the question. And Sean Zittel says, no, I don't have no more questions. It's freedom of speech. And he walked off. I can guarantee you a couple things. Number one, I don't think Sean Zittel is going to get that interview. I hope he does, and I'll be watching it like a hawk. But he asked the best, most consequential question in boxing because, believe it or not, Canelo and Crawford, that's just a big-ass smoke screen. A big one, right? An entertaining one, right? But a smoke screen. Because the major news is the shit that's actually going to have consequences for the health of the sport of boxing here in America is what Dana White is trying to do to the Ali Act. What Turkey is trying to do to the Ali Act. What they're trying to do with TKO promotions. The rights of the fighters that they're trying to take away by becoming, I forgot what they call it, MPO, major promotional operation, or whatever that term was they put in their in the Muhammad Ali Act reform bill that they're trying to get passed, right? That's the big issue. That's the big question. Will other promoters follow suit? Because you got to understand, bro, the ramifications. So think of it like this. If they're able to pass that off with TKO and the 60 or 70 fighters that Dana White says they have, what about the hundreds of fighters on PBC's roster? They could consider themselves that and start doing that shit too. I'm not saying they will, but look at the ramifications. If Dana White and TKO can pull that off and get them to repeal the Muhammad Ali Act, other promoters like Top Rank, who has more fighters signed to them, again, 100 plus fighters, they could call themselves the same type of organization that Dana White and Turkey are trying to call themselves, because they got more fighters, more than likely gonna have higher profile fighters. And so they could do the same thing. And now, because of this domino dropping, we got fighters' rights going out the window. Because make no mistake about it, if promoters and networks see a loophole to pay fighters less and keep more money for themselves, 99% of them gonna do that shit. So it's a very important question that Sean Zatel asked. And I just want to say, this is who y'all chose, Dana White, Turkey. This is who a lot of y'all hit y'all wagons to. A lot of y'all are so supportive of what Turkey is doing. Turkey hired Dana, bought Dana on to try to do this type of shit. I told y'all, bro. Turkey believed like the Crown Prince believed. The Crown Prince didn't send him over here to try to work together with people for the good of boxing. He sent him over here to take over the sport of boxing and bring that money back to Saudi Arabia. And if he's able to do it, he'll keep getting money from the Crown Prince. If he's not able to do it, Crown Prince gonna make his ass pull out of boxing, because they're not finna keep losing money. Turkey got one goal and one goal only. Use sports for sports washing to make Saudi Arabia be shined in a bright light. But more importantly, use sports to replace their gap in revenue caused by the decline in people buying oil and using oil. Try to get tourism dollars. Try to put themselves in position to where they don't have to depend so much on oil, and they can depend on tourism. They can depend on sports teams to help drive up their revenue in other business streams. That's his goal. And he's a damn dictator. Dana White, a damn dictator. They believe you shut the hell up and you fight. We handle the business. You do what you told. And if you don't, there's no better game in town. And that's what UFC fighters had to try to fight against. Because there's nothing better than the UFC. So take your ass to Bellator if you think you can do better. Take your ass to Pride Championship, whatever the fuck it is, if you think you can do better. We the NBA, NFL of this shit. And so what Sean Zatel did was take a stand for American boxing. He took a stand for fighters, and he should be applauded for it, bro. And I noticed how later on in that press conference, Dana White, he didn't mind answering no questions. He tried to make it seem like Sean Zatel was out of pocket and he should be only asking questions to Terrence Crawford or Canelo Alvarez. But someone else came up there and asked Dana White a question, and he answered it just fine. Sean Zatel asked that man a yes or no question. If you can't repeal the Ali Act, are you gonna get out of the sport of boxing? Yes, I am. No, I'm not. I don't know yet. No comment. All that shit took me less than 3 seconds to say, bro. So it's not about the time. And then I seen people say, well, the timing of the question, KO. It's not media's job. It's not a journalist's job to ask the tough questions or ask the questions that are important when it's convenient for people. It's their job to ask the questions that are important, the questions that mean something, when they have an opportunity to. So if they get an opportunity to be at somebody's media availability that need to be asked a certain question, it's their job to ask it. It's their job to ask it. Because see, Sean got that question off on Dana White, and Dana will never be able to take that away from him. But if Sean would have reached out to see, this is what Dana White don't want to tell you. Dana White is a multi-millionaire. His interviews are screened. Meaning if you get an interview with him, his people, his representatives, if he decides to do the interview, they're going to want to know what questions you're going to ask ahead of time. They're going to tell you what you can and can't ask. And so if Sean Zatel were to try to set up an interview with Dana White, they're going to be like, yo, what are you trying to ask him? And if he had said he's trying to ask those questions, my question for y'all is, you think he would have got that interview? You think he's going to get that interview now after asking that question? So miss me with the time and place argument. Oh, that's not the time for that KO. It's Canelo and Crawford. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? What Dana White is trying to do to boxing, what Turkey is trying to do in boxing is more important than any fucking fight. It's more important than any fight that you think you want. It's more important than Canelo and Crawford, Canelo versus Benavidez, Tank versus Shakur potentially, Tank versus Jake Paul, Tank versus Lamont Roach rematch, Better Be versus Bivol rematch, Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua, Monster Inoue versus Jesse Bam Rodriguez, Monster Inoue versus Junto Nakatani. Give a fuck about none of them fights when it comes to what Sean Zatel was getting at and what he asked that man. We fighting for our lives, American fight fans. Boxing in America is fighting for its life. And Dana White's trying to kill it. Turkey Al-Sheikh is trying to kill it. And shame on Max Kellerman too, before I get out of here. Because I'm done with my garage shit. I gotta go in there and do my push-ups. Can't do push-ups on a dirty ass garage floor. Max Kellerman. Shame on him too. The audacity of that man to get up there and suck Turkey off and suck Dana White off the way he did. Let me know that you hurting and you need a bag without letting me know you hurting and you need a damn bag, bro. That shit was trash. So, Dana White is gonna make this the NBA. He's gonna make this the NFL. I thought y'all told me he just wanted developmental leagues. I thought y'all told me he just wanted the lesser name fighters. That ain't what Max Kellerman said. And thankful for us as fight fans, this shit ain't gonna work. Ain't no fighter worth their weight in gold gonna go over there and do that shit. The promoters, they not finna let that shit happen. They not finna let that shit happen. Them boys will come together before they let any one person just try to rule over them, especially a damn dictator that don't believe that you have no rights. Wake up, people. They're not letting boxing scene into the damn events because they asked the tough questions because they've been critical of what Riyadh season got going on. They're not answering Sean Zatel's question because it's not a softball question, but but Dana White will answer somebody else's question. The writing is on the wall to let you know that they trying to put you in a get down and lay down mode. Pretty soon, fellow content creators, if you're not saying everything positive about Turkey, if you're not saying everything positive about Dana, watch out. Watch what happened to you. Watch what's gonna go down. Analytics start changing. Numbers start dropping. For those of you that do interviews, it might be harder for you to get an interview now. For those of you that just commentate on the sport, it might be hard for your notifications to go out now. Straight up. So I say all that to say, bro, shout out to Sean Zatel, man. And Dana White. Answer the damn question. Set up the interview with him. Let him interview you. And get it cracking. Smash the like, sub to the channel. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.